I'm thinking about dating. I know. Well, it's time, right? And it's like, I meet a guy, I like him, I just want to fuck him. Like, who has time to date, right? Yeah, but I decided maybe I should just expand my mind, change my patterns of behavior. I've been reading Cosmopolitan because it's like so educational. And when I was young, I used to date a lot because I didn't have any money and I couldn't afford to eat. So I thought there was no harm in accepting dinner invitations and lunch invitations. Yeah, pretty much any meal I was open for. Because you can get away with one date. Nowadays, I would be paid to go on the date because they have pay a date. So old guys actually pay young girls to go and have a date. I should have thought of that back then, duh. Huh? No, I'm not really an entrepreneur like that. When I think of a lot of things, and then people just go and take my ideas and make so much money off of them. Nevertheless, when I was young, I didn't have any money, so if you have noticed, I don't know, people who live in LA probably have noticed their Hugh Hefner syndrome. Okay, so maybe here I am, like 21 tops at the time, and this guy must have been like 65 or something, and he just kept calling, and it was like, I had the date, I got the dinner, okay, and he would just not stop calling, and so I said, okay, fine. So I go out on the date, and I took my grandma along as my wing woman, because she was a good wing woman. And she just looked at him right in the eye, and she said, well, how old are you? You're closer to my age than you are to her age. You should be dating me. And she takes out her teeth. I'm like, don't worry, she's just applying the glue. She has to do that before she eats because they can come off. But being toothless isn't all bad, Know what I mean? Because there's no way I'm going next to that wrinkly old dick of yours. Although I don't think Grandma would even consider it either, because back in the day it was like sort of taboo. Nowadays, supposedly, Bill Maher said it was the new handshake. But no, I would totally boycott that handshake. Yeah, seriously. I think some guy thought of that, huh? Oh yeah, let's have the blowjob be a new handshake. Obviously, a girl didn't come up with that one. Yeah, so if you want to go, if the economy has really gotten you down and you want to go out on a date, you could go for a free date. And here it says going to dinner with your guy usually means forking over a lot of dough, unless you feast on complimentary samples. So head to the grocery store that gives away nibblers, like Trader Joe's and Whole Foods. Then hit up a wine tasting. And then for dessert, stop by an ice cream store and try all the flavors. Okay, now, if you're one of the 70% of women, God forbid, if you are one of the 70% of women, I can't even, where do they get these numbers? Apparently, there's 70% of women out there who are not having orgasms. So I'm just thinking, if you are not going to go home and have multiple orgasms, I would totally not even go on this date, right? Like, hello, I can go and get free samples on my own and then go home with my vibrator. Yeah. Huh? Okay, but yeah, if you're going to go home and make love, and love conquers all, and I don't believe there's a price tag on love. I totally believe in love. I dated a poor polygamist. So, yeah, I'm not like one of these jaded LA girls. Although, I did get knocked up by a rich guy, and I don't know what I would have done without that happening. I ain't saying she's a gold digger. She ain't messing with no broke nigga. Yeah, well, okay. But nevertheless, I would totally give everything up if I were totally in love and just start over, like be a pauper and everything. Well, if I were having multiple orgasms.